Do you have a starstruck moment? Because I'm trying to think of
in
mine.
'93, I got the Super Bowl was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I got on the elevator. I'm on the I'm getting on the door, open up. Michael Jordan and his first wife on the elevator.
Nah, boy.
I get on the elevator, and all of a sudden it's bright.
Yeah.
It's like this end glowing.
That boy.
And I'm looking at him. He's like, man, this dude a weirdo. I said,
you ain't say nothing?
I did. I said, hey, I'm Shannon Sharp. He said, I know who you are. He said, I met your mom in the casino.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, I know you and your brother. Y'all some bad boys.
Yeah.
I'm just.
You was an huh? Yeah. That's motherfucker Michael Jordan. Yeah.
Now I met Denzel. His son John David used to train with my trainer when he was in Morehouse.
Right.
Met Samuel Jackson. Met Oprah in the Four Seasons. Gail.
Yeah.
David Beckham. Victoria Beckham. Oh, I done bumped it. But to see Michael Ocho, and I tell people this, and you look at, as a matter of fact, go listen to Damon Lillard say when he saw him at the 75th anniversary, he said he didn't say anything to him, so he couldn't believe it.
Right.
Ocho, this man doesn't seem real. He's the only man that I've ever met. He seems mythical. He doesn't. I know that's Michael Jordan. I'm looking at him. That's a man. Right. But Ocho, there's something about, man, he levitates. And anybody that's ever met him, from Shaq to everybody, say the exact same thing. He doesn't seem real.
All right, you kids get to bed. I get the storybook.
Okay, this debate has been going on for mad long. You either going for LeBron or MJ, or neither one of them, or both. Ask me, who am I going for? I'm going for both of them because they both are great. They're both goats. But this video is about to prove who the actual only GOAT is. So stay tuned.
All right, you kids get to bed. I get the storybook.
In the last month of the year, the sprawling city of Miami buzzed with energy of innovation as the toasty 80+ degree temperatures warmed the flesh of the locals and visitors, mainly northerners, who flocked to the area as soon as rain precipitation formed into white snowflakes up where they came from. Elon Musk, a man known for pushing the boundaries of possibility, found himself pondering an idea that led to this current moment as he leaned over the railing of his docked super yacht. The great notion would soon redefine the very fabric of human existence, and he couldn't wait. An hour later, as the sun began to dip below the horizon, he sat across from his good friend Michael Jordan at a table in the lavish seafood restaurant built into the starboard section of the massive ship he named Size Matters. The air was thick with anticipation as Elon, with a gleam in his eye, declared, "Michael, I did it!" The greatest basketball player ever to play the game stared at him confusedly, trying to remember what his nerdy buddy was even talking about. "You did what, little bitch?" Jordan grinned, always getting a chuckle out of poking fun at his friends who were shorter than him, which at 6'6" included most of them, if they weren't ball players or some other type of athlete. Elon didn't hesitate to reply, and hopped right back into the conversation without interruption. "About 9 years ago, I began telling you about an elixir, or serum, that my group of lab guys started working on that reverses aging by 25 years, remember?" The grinning Jordan recalled that encounter back in 2014, but didn't even glance at his friend's face due to the waiting staff arriving with several huge plates of hot appetizers, which the starving businessman began scooping off onto his plate, simultaneously shoveling the delicious grub into his hungry mouth. "Well, it's here and it works, and you, my lucky friend, will get a sample bottle of it before we end our meal. That is, if you still agree to go along with the plan I presented to you a decade ago." His airness, always one to revel in challenges, grinned at Elon's audacity. "You a goddamn dreamer, Elon. But I like a good bet. If you did pull that off, I get to call the shots for that crazy plan you threw at me a long time ago." Elon Musk, never want to shy away from a challenge, extended his hand. "Deal." That moment the two businessmen referred to was on a spring day back in 2014 when Musk first befriended the tall, dark, and handsome ex-Chicago Bull legend at one of Jordan's then Charlotte Hornets home games, and revealed his intentions to create a serum that would quickly reverse one's age by 25 years or so, which would allow his basketball idol to lace up a pair of his mega popular sneakers a third time in his career. Musk was a huge fan of the sport and always found time to attend a few pro and college games every year. The genius began the arduous task of creating this age-reversing magic medicine because he was sick and tired of this new generation of U.S. basketball players behaving like prima donnas on and off the court, and yearned for the older style of American basketball where a little white point guard accidentally gets his nose broken by some big black giant's elbow, but is tough enough to return to the game and play as if he didn't notice a mini waterfall of red liquid seeping through the ragtag bandage job, trying to block the blood flow. In today's game, if a little guard or even a power forward gets his stop box cracked open by an elbow, he's crying bloody murder during a 5-star flop performance and isn't playing again until his petty little face is fully healed. Months pass, followed by years, and the scientific community watch with doubt as Musk's team tirelessly worked to create the age reversal serum, which he proudly named Elixir, because no other man was going to touch the magic potion until his childhood idol Michael Jordan tried it first. The group suffered setback after setback, but finally a breakthrough came when they discovered a combination of nanotechnology and genetic manipulation that promised to turn back the clock on aging. After finally testing the serum, Elon, true to his word, called Michael Jordan with a triumphant tone. "It's done, Michael. I've created magic in a bottle. It's time for you to fly again." Following week, Elon presented Jordan with a small vial containing the elixir. Jordan, ever the risk taker, eyed the vial with a mix of skepticism and excitement. "You better not be playing games with me, you little bitch." Elon chuckled. "Take it, my friend, but be warned, this is uncharted territory, meaning we have only conducted tests using lab rats." Jordan, fueled by curiosity and the thrill of a bet, swallowed the purple-colored serum almost instantly. He felt the surge of energy coursing through his veins, the years melting away and the physical tolls of time internally reversed. "Is this a fucking secret film in a Space Jam Part 2 or something?" Jordan laughed a little, trying to conceal his nervousness because the tangy elixir started to make his stomach queasy. MJ made his way to a nearby mirror in the conference room they were in, eager to see if the serum reversed his age enough to where he actually looked 35 years old again, and was disappointed when his almost 60-year-old mug is what he saw. "Thought you said this shit would take 25 years off, Elon," he barked, which prompted Musk to explain that the serum does reverse a person's age by a quarter of a century, but it's primarily the inner body. Therefore, he may still look nearly 60. His legs, heart, and brain and everything on the inside is that of a man in his 30s. Glancing in the mirror again, Jordan noticed that a few of the facial wrinkles he had were gone, but he could have did that with Botox. "I do kind of feel a little lighter," Jordan said, bouncing up and down like a boxer before a big match. A mere 13 minutes later, Elon ended a phone call from a friend of a friend who arranged for his GOAT to meet the current GOAT, LeBron James, for a game of one-on-one before a Lakers versus Knicks game in the Garden, being that this present meeting was being held in New York City anyway. It was a frigid evening in the city that never sleeps, and Madison Square Garden was buzzing with excitement. The word had spread on social media that Michael Jordan, the basketball supreme being, had taken a mysterious reverse aging serum and was challenging LeBron James to a one-on-one showdown to settle the age-old debate of who the greatest of all time is. A huge crowd flocked to the Garden almost 7 hours before the actual game was to tip off. A mix of fans from different eras, wearing jerseys from the Bulls, Cleveland Cavaliers, Lakers, and Miami Heat. There were even a few Washington Wizards jersey wearers in the mix, as the atmosphere became staticky and electric as the two basketball titans stepped onto the court, surrounded by the echoes of cheering fans who were lucky that MSG security allowed them all early entrance. More so at the urging of the NYPD, who were more concerned about a small riot occurring if the mob wasn't broken up. stern yet jovial King James giggled at the sight of Jordan as the game began. He knew that the older man's skills had diminished with time because even some of his had, and he wasn't even 40 years old yet. MJ grabbed the ball and started the match with the iconic fadeaway jumper, followed by lightning fast drives to the basket of defensive prowess that left spectators in awe. LeBron, determined and resilient, showcased his athleticism and versatility and made it a thrilling contest. As the score tightened, Jordan's competitive spirit shone through as his younger legs kept his movements as fast as they did in the 1990s. The crowd erupted with every move he made, marveling at the vintage brilliance of his airness. It was a clash of basketball generations and the intensity was palpable. In the closing minutes, Jordan pulled off a signature move, leaving LeBron momentarily stunned. With a smooth fadeaway jumper, he scored the final point, securing a
New York Times best-selling author G.K. David II just released the first fiction novel about the late rapper Tupac Shakur surviving the shooting in Las Vegas back in 1996 and going on to become the President of the United States of America. This masterpiece is called The Continuance and is available in all major book retailers like Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, and Apple Books. Get your copy today. It's better than a movie.
Now continuous, Tupac is back in this book. Now continuous, they tried to kill me in Vegas back in 96, but I survived that blick nail the president.
Y'all need to go read this new book, The Continuance. This book is fire, bro. The dude who wrote this, I think his name is G.K. David, is a freaking genius. I'm back. I'm the mother-loving president, so they gotta do what I tell them to do. Go get the book. It's out now at these links.
West Side.
Narrow victory. The crowd erupted in cheers, and even LeBron, acknowledging the greatness before him, gave a nod of respect. Little did they know a fan sitting courtside had discreetly recorded the entire game, despite MSG security banning phone recording in the facility, and even making rounds to ensure that that rule was being enforced. The footage quickly spread like wildfire across social media, capturing the hearts of basketball enthusiasts worldwide. The video became a viral sensation, reigniting that age-old debate about who truly deserved the title of the GOAT. In the days that followed, discussions raged on sports shows, social media platforms, podcasts, and living rooms across the globe. Memes, analysis, and comparisons flooded the internet, but one thing was clear. Michael Jordan's performance had settled the debate for many, and Elon's serum was highly sought out by leaders from several nations across the globe. Jordan, humbly accepting the praise, spoke highly of LeBron in the new era of basketball, other than saying that it was softer than his generation. The two legends shared a post-game handshake, and the mutual respect between them resonated with fans. Madison Square Garden had witnessed an historic moment that transcended generations and solidified Jordan's place as the GOAT in the eyes of many. You know, some people still are diehard LeBron, so they were like, we don't care about that. Yeah, Jordan beat him, but LeBron. As the lights dimmed in the iconic arena, basketball fans left with memories of witnessing a game that would be etched in the annals of basketball history. The GOAT debate had finally found closure, and it was a magical night at MSG that would be remembered for years to come. Elon's bet was won, and he knew just what he'd do with MJ's newfound youth. That idea had already long ago taken root in his mind. An idea that would shake the foundations of the sporting world, especially the NBA. With the vigor of his prime coursing through his veins, Jordan agreed to a life-altering decision. As so desired by his brilliant buddy who invented the magical serum, the nearly 60-year-old basketball god will begin the process to re-enter the NBA, signing with Elon's Brooklyn Nets organization, reviving the glory days of the 80s and the 90s, an era where basketball was raw, intense, and unfiltered. Being a multi-gazillionaire, Musk owned a few professional sports teams worldwide, the Nets being his only American team, which he purchased from former owner Joseph Tsai after COVID struck back in 2020. After the departures of Harden, Kyrie, and KD, Musk was left with a good team, but he wanted a superstar player on his squad, and who better not to have than the fucking recently recrowned GOAT. So in mid-January, Musk announced that he was gifting his Brooklyn Nets to Michael Jordan, inviting him to take on the role of player owner. Jordan, always up for a challenge, accepted Musk's offer with a smile. The court once again became a stage for his airness. As the news spread, ticket sales soared, and the excitement reached a fever pitch. The news of Michael's return sent shockwaves throughout sports. Fans couldn't believe it, and the critics dismissed it as a publicity stunt, but Jordan was undeterred. He had a mission: to toughen up the NBA and show the world that the legends of the past could still dominate the present. He also discovered that there was a condition to the serum. Its effects only lasted a few weeks before beginning to wear off. Therefore, he had to continue consumption weekly to maintain his reversal status. The first game under the new ownership was a spectacle. Elon Musk, sitting courtside in his trademark style, observed as Jordan seamlessly blended his leadership from the bench with his unparalleled skills on the court. The synergy between Musk's visionary approach and Jordan's indomitable spirit created an atmosphere of innovation and excellence. The Brooklyn Nets, now under the joint leadership of Musk and Jordan, became more than a basketball team. They became a symbol of what happens when visionaries from different realms come together to redefine the status quo. As the team soared to new heights, fans marveled, not just as the victories on the scoreboard, not at the victories, but at the unprecedented marriage of technology, business acumen, and basketball prowess. After settling in, MJ, in his ageless glory, met with it and handpicked a team of retired legends from the golden era of basketball to come play with him. Names like Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, Allen Iverson, and others answered the call. These players, once giants of the game, now found themselves blessed with a second chance thanks to the Elixir serum. The rejuvenated dream team, as they call themselves, embarked on a rigorous training regimen. Their gym echoed with the sounds of bouncing balls, squeaky shoes, and the laughter of men who had once conquered the world of basketball. And though the current Nets players weren't happy with their reduced roles, they did revel in the knowledge they were picking up from these basketball geniuses who suddenly popped up on their team's roster. They won game after game, playing hard through the All-Star break and into the playoffs and eventually the finals, where they wound up in a Game 6 situation with rookie Victor Wembanyama and his ragtag bunch. The day of the game arrived and the Barclays Center pulsed with excitement. The crowd was a sea of jerseys representing different eras of basketball. The Dream Team, resplendent in their classic attire, stepped onto the court to the deafening roar of the crowd as TV cameras zeroed in on the droves of celebrities that adorned the front rows. The game unfolded as a clash of generations. The young San Antonio Spurs players, headed by the 7'4" Frenchman Wembanyama, known for their speed and athleticism, faced off against the seasoned veterans whose basketball IQ was crazy. Michael's men moved with a precision that spoke of years of experience, while the young guns relied on their physical prowess. The Nets were down by 4 points as the final minutes of the rough game ticked away. The crowd was on their feet, witnessing a battle that transcended time in a moment that seemed frozen in history, as Jordan received a pass from his Bulls brother Scottie Pippen, who almost didn't join the team due to their rift that they had been having for the past 20 or 30 years. Jordan dribbled the ball before sinking a three-pointer at the buzzer, and a referee's whistle sounded due to Zach Collins chopping away at the older man's arms trying to prevent the shot. The stadium erupted in cheers and the players embraced a mix of exhaustion and triumph etched on their faces. The hometown crowd quieted down so MJ could shoot his free throw from receiving the and one, but instead of making the shot, he intentionally missed it, causing the ball to hit the back of the rim, which allowed him to take flight and soar from the free throw line as if it was 1988 again, snatching the hard orange spear away from one of the tallest players in the league and stuffing it through the net, instantly posterizing the young boy who was 40 years younger than him. San Antonio didn't have enough clock left to tie the series, and the new-look Nets won the series 4-2, causing the city of New York to erupt in bedlam. Jordan, surrounded by his teammates and coaches, looked toward Elon Musk in the stands with a nod of gratitude. The aging reversal, Serum, had not only defied time, but had rewritten the narrative of what it meant to be a basketball legend. The Dream Team proved that the essence of the sport could endure, and that a team fueled by the experience and passion could still conquer the courts. Back in the locker room as the celebration continued, Elon Musk with a wry smile approached Jordan. "I guess you could say we made history, my friend." Jordan laughed, a sound that echoed with the joy of victory as he lit a chunky illegal cigar and blew smoke in his friend's face. "It ain't over yet, bitch. We have to do a 4-peat before my satisfaction kicks in." Elon eyed MJ with a look of incredulity before both men broke out in laughter, knowing that he was just messing with him. During the following offseason, all of the old grandpas that had taken the serum noticed one particular side effect that caused them to begin leaving the team. Elon's air elixir caused a shortening of the penis, which had the old men pissed because with all of their newfound fame came groupies whom, without the proper equipment, they couldn't have fun with. And so Jordan retired a third time in his career at the ripe old age of 60, but with another ring to add to his collection.
Michael Jordan for me was like, it looked like he was like Jesus, black Jesus walking towards me. Yeah. So when he walked in, it was like, I didn't know what to say. It was overwhelming to meet, to finally meet the guy that I've looked up to my whole life.